For decades, the path to financial stability was carved in stone. You went to school, you secured an entry-level job, and you stayed put for 40 years until retirement. Today, that rigid structure has collapsed. In its place is a frustrating paradox. You update your resume, apply for a position explicitly labeled entry-level, and hit a wall. The listing demands 2 to 3 years of prior experience. You can't get the job without the experience, and you can't get the experience without the job. This chart shows the widening gap of credential inflation over the last decade. While baseline entry-level salaries have remained flat, the experience required to earn them has skyrocketed. Companies are quietly demanding veteran skills for beginner pay. This disconnect accelerated as remote work platforms and artificial intelligence automated basic administrative tasks. Employers no longer need to hire for physical presence or simple tenure. They need immediate problem-solving capability. The traditional paper resume was built to list where you sat and how long you sat there. The modern digital economy, however, operates entirely on results. Clients and hiring managers care about what you can execute right now, regardless of your formal background. When the paper trail no longer guarantees entry, the only remaining metric is the ability to produce results from day one. This shift has birthed a massive alternative workforce. We often associate independent work with ride-sharing or delivering food, but it has evolved into a highly integrated global infrastructure of specialized tasks. Out of every 100 U.S. adults, 16 now generate income through this independent ecosystem, and a massive portion of them aren't driving cars. They are securing contracts in administrative support, data entry, and virtual assistants, roles requiring minimal friction to start. This brings us to the myth of zero experience. When hiring managers write "no experience required," they do not mean they want zero competence. They mean they are willing to forego a traditional corporate track record if you can demonstrate value elsewhere. The true currency of this market is transferable skills. If you can communicate clearly, show up reliably, and untangle a messy problem without having your hand held, you possess exactly what these roles require. Organizing a community event or managing a complex personal project builds the same logistical and time management frameworks used in professional operations. Everyone arrives in the market with a baseline of intrinsic value. The actual barrier to earning income isn't acquiring new skills from scratch, but translating the skills you already have into digital market terms. To bypass the traditional resume gatekeepers, you can deploy 3 specific actionable frameworks. The first is the plug-and-play model. These are immediate access side hustles requiring zero prior training or specialized knowledge to activate. If you can follow basic instructions and perform physical labor, platforms like TaskRabbit connect you directly with local demand. Alternatively, research organizations like ICON pay thousands of dollars to healthy individuals willing to participate in clinical trials. The onboarding is immediate. The second framework is the business in a box. This approach involves plugging your effort into pre-existing digital infrastructure to capture margins. This flowchart shows the mechanics of product flipping. By identifying undervalued items locally and listing them to an online buyer, you capture the spread in the middle. You don't need to manufacture a product, hold massive inventory, or raise startup capital. The third framework tackles the corporate world directly through remote entry-level positions. Roles like sales development representatives and customer success associates focus strictly on human interaction. You are tasked with prospecting leads, answering user questions, and ensuring a client actually gets value from a software product. These companies aren't looking for a 10-year track record in sales. They actively prefer candidates with raw communication skills and high coachability, so they can train you in their specific internal processes. None of these paths have to be your final career destination. They are deliberate stepping stones, designed to break through the initial experience barrier, generate immediate cash flow, and build a track record of leverage. Once that initial cash flow is established, the focus shifts from landing a single gig to mechanically scaling your income over time. The definitive engine for this growth is proactive upskilling. In an economy that rewards adaptability, continuous learning is the primary mechanism for generating long-term wealth. High-income skill training is more accessible than ever. Initiatives like the partnership between the New York State Department of Labor and Coursera offer thousands of professional certificate programs directly to the public. Technical proficiency in data science or IT functions as a multiplier for your existing value, raising the baseline for the rate you can command in the open market. Relying on a single corporate paycheck leaves you completely exposed to an unexpected layoff or structural shift. True resilience now requires economic diversification. This diagram shows the modern financial blueprint. By orchestrating multiple income streams concurrently, like combining a steady remote job, a flexible gig platform, and a scalable digital product, you construct your own safety net. The rigid 40-year career blueprint is dead. In its place is a landscape where curiosity and discipline are the only true prerequisites for financial freedom.